Hi everyone, and welcome to Reducing the Environmental Impacts of Packaging. My name is Leslie Fox and I am the Partnership and Projects Officer here at the Australian Packaging Covenant Organisation, or APCO. Also later we'll have Meredith Epp, who is the Sustainable Programs Officer, and she'll be talking to you a little bit more about APCO and the membership benefits as well. So I'm here to give you an introduction to APCO. I'll talk to you about what APCO is and also the common agenda that we're working towards, which is the National Packaging Targets. And I'll be talking to you a little bit about the methodology that we use to achieve these targets, which is the collective impact model. So the option for you to meet your obligations under the NEPM allows you to become a signatory of the Covenant. So if you become a signatory of the Covenant, you automatically become a member of APCO. Becoming a member of APCO allows you to meet your reporting and your obligations under the NEPM. But APCO does a lot more than that. It also is a network of partners working together to transform the way that packaging is managed here in Australia and reducing the impact of packaging on the environment. We do this by driving a systematic approach towards packaging. It involves participation from a diverse range of stakeholders from across the complex packaging value chain, and allowing these organisations to commit to a common agenda, which is the National Packaging Targets, and work towards achieving these targets also. APCO is quite large and has been around for a long time. It has over 1,500 members, and these are from a diverse range of industries, from healthcare and industry associations to food and beverages and electronics, packaging manufacturers and suppliers as well. APCO is a co-regulatory organisation, and we work on a co-regulatory model, which means that state and federal government, industry and members all work towards together as signatories to the Covenant to deliver the Australian Packaging Covenant organisation. So the common agenda that we work towards is the 2025 National Packaging Targets. This includes 100% of packaging to be reusable, recyclable or compostable, 50% average recycled content across all packaging, 70% of plastic packaging recycled or composted, and the phase out of problematic and unnecessary single-use plastic packaging. These national packaging targets are endorsed by government, and APCO has been led with the delivery of these targets as well. So how are we tracking? So quite recently we received up-to-date information on how we are tracking towards the national packaging targets. So for our 2018-2019 results show that 89% of all Australia's packaging is reusable, recyclable or compostable. 18% of Australia's plastic packaging will be recycled or composted, so a little bit way to go there towards our 70% target. 38% average recycled content is included across packaging, and while our target is 50% there. And finally, we're still at the foundation stage in regards to problematic and unnecessary single-use plastic packaging. A lot of work has gone on in this area, but there's still some work to do as well. So how do we achieve the national packaging targets? And that's through our collective impact model. First of all, we have a common agenda. All participants have a shared vision for change, and this is the national packaging target. So we all work towards that together collaboratively. We have continuous communication, which is consistent and open and transparent to help build trust among all stakeholders in this model. We have mutually enforcing activities. So together we work collaboratively and strategically align our activities along the packaging value chain in order to make sure that we're all working towards the same thing and that actions are benefiting each other and towards the targets as well. We coordinate and act as a backbone organisation here at APCO, where bringing together participating organisations and agencies together, for example, industry, government, the waste industry, brand owners, community groups and NGOs, together in order to work as a collaborative organisation through this model towards the national packaging targets. And finally, measuring results consistently. We are always collecting data and measuring results and making this information available where needed so that we can make evidence-based decisions in regards to packaging. So in order to implement the collective impact model, we have developed our Packaging Future, which was released in April of 2020. This basically vision allows us to outline the model that we will use to achieve the 2025 packaging target, and at least mutually enforcing activities and basically key actions and strategies that we need to achieve three key outcomes that will contribute to the national packaging targets. These three outcomes are listed as follows. Outcome number 1 is packaging design for circularity. Outcome number 2 is improved collection and recycling systems. And outcome number 3 is expanded markets for used packaging. So our collective impact framework allows us to engage with a diverse range of stakeholders working together to achieve these three outcomes. And by working together, we can achieve the national packaging targets and make a significant improvement to the impact of packaging on the environment. I'll now hand you over to Meredith Epp, the APCO Sustainable Programs Officer, who will now talk to you a little bit more about the benefits of APCO membership.
Thank you, Leslie. Hello, everyone. My name is Meredith Epp, and I am the Sustainable Program Officer here at APCO. I'll be speaking a little bit about the benefits of APCO membership. First, we'll be talking about membership value. Then I'll speak a little about the access to APCO programs, and then also the access to APCO resources and support. So the value of APCO membership really is broken down into three key categories. Driving that sustainability agenda, we know that consumers and other businesses are really looking for brands to take a leadership position within sustainability. So enhancing your brand reputation, helping you to track your progress and uphold a commitment. APCO members report annually on their sustainability initiatives against the Packaging Sustainability Framework. And by reporting against this framework, you're able to benchmark your progress and your initiatives that you make in terms of packaging sustainability. You're also able to be part of a problem-solving collective, so working with a number of different organizations, other brands, other industries, working with the waste and recycling industry, as well as government, community groups, academia, and other NGOs. And also driving sustainability, so meeting that growing demand from suppliers, customers, stakeholders, and even investors that are really looking for leadership within sustainability. The next area is access to resources and networks. So exclusive member access to a number of different resources, including technical guides. So for example, if you're working particularly in plastics, glass, or paper, there's a number of technical documents that can help you to support your packaging design. Also APCO events, so a number of events and APCO awards that we host every year to recognize the great work and to also help others and members of the community to learn. We also have APCO working groups and advisory groups that focus on specific topics and areas to help meet the 2025 targets and improve packaging sustainability. Finally, the last important part here is that by becoming an APCO member, you're signing on as a signatory to the covenant, which means that you're meeting your compliance regulations. That means that for APCO members, you have three core obligations. One is to submit an annual report and an action plan, and the third is to pay an annual fee for your membership. As part of being an APCO member, you're also committing to using the Sustainable Packaging Guidelines, or the SPGs, as they're called. So the SPGs are a central part to our co-regulatory framework established by the National Environmental Protection Measure. There are 10 principles that assist APCO members in achieving the optimal outcomes to collectively work to meet the 2025 targets. There's also a detailed implementation guide to help members gain maximum value from their SPGs. And using the Sustainable Packaging Guidelines isn't just about improving the environmental impacts within your business, but can also help to make gains in the economic sense by saving you money, becoming more efficient, and improving supplier relationships. I mentioned before that APCO members submit an annual report. What you see on the screen here is the annual reporting scores for members for small, medium, and large businesses over the tenure of their APCO membership in terms of how they're performing. So the dark blue is for smaller members on how they perform, medium blue is for medium businesses, and then that green there is for large businesses. So you can see in that 9 years plus area is that we do see some significant improvements for members that have been members of APCO for a long time, have improved their scores, and therefore are improving their packaging sustainability as well. Another area that APCO members have access to is one of our programs called the Australasian Recycling Label. The Australasian Recycling Label is free for all brand owner members to be a part of and is a consistent national labeling scheme for packaging based on evidence that is available for all of our members. So almost 500 APCO members are currently using the program, and 23% of products surveyed through an independent national audit are carrying the label across the country. The label really helps to remove confusion for consumers and helps to reduce contamination in commingled recycling and enables a cleaner waste stream. It optimizes end markets for packaging, so as we work towards creating a circular economy for packaging, it helps us to create those cleaner streams. And for you as a brand looking to purchase recycled content materials in the future, it helps to create better products that you could buy in the future. So a great program that has a lot of support also from government and a number of brand owners, as well as community groups, and a key focus area for the 2025 targets. The last bit that I'll leave you here with is a little story about the wine industry and how we've seen the idea of collective impact and monitoring and measuring progress really come into action. So in 2018, the Australian wine industry came together, understanding that there are the 2025 national packaging targets and wanting to know how they were progressing towards the targets collectively. So with the support of the wine industry, we hosted a workshop where around 25 different businesses came together and brainstormed through this workshop a number of different projects that they could work on together. They really started at the very beginning of the supply chain, walking through the vineyards, understanding how bottling worked, all the way to the retail supply chain, and understanding what packaging was being used and where some potential efficiencies could be made. From that, they determined that they could do some little projects with the use of reducing cling film on pallet wrap, reducing waste at point of sale, and they also understood that they needed a greater data transparency within the packaging that they're using. Through this process, the group was able to establish the WISPA group, which is the Wine Industry Sustainable Packaging Alliance, where they've had a number of projects continue to work on this moving forward. So a great demonstration of sustainable packaging and collective impact coming together, and really those APCO benefits being put into practice. So if you are interested in becoming an APCO member, we highly recommend that you get in touch. You can email us at apco@apco.org.au or check us out on LinkedIn, and the team is always happy to help answer any questions or welcome you into the community. Thank you so much, and we look forward to hearing from you.